So we want to bring you a pleasant good morning from our Philadelphia office. My name is Chief Emmanuel N.B. Flomo, and I'm here with Mzee Ibrahim K. Kamara. We are here to give you the Abraka presentation every morning. And so today we're going to be looking at a few issues. The Local Government Act has been introduced to the House since 2016. And that act has spent almost 2 years in the Parliament. It is intended to divide to give authority to the various counties and to elect superintendents, law mayor, city mayor, town chiefs, and other people. Well, that act will also give power to the county to have the county legislative status. We will also be able to run into the race of global issues at the Ministry of Finance, and we end up on some social issues. And you may be aware that a lot of things on the social media today, so we'll talk briefly about that. So I want to say welcome to our platform for today, and we ask you to stay tuned and join our conversation, do the call in, participate on the show, invite others, share the page or share the video, and contribute to your country. So this morning we have Mr. Kamara, CEO of the Abraka presentation. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Emmanuel, and let me say good morning to our viewers, and especially for those that are on Facebook coming to us live. We are, like you said, we are from the state of Pennsylvania, specifically Philadelphia, and this morning we intend to look at the government structure here.
So you are aware that the Local Government Act has been introduced to the House for almost 2 years now, and that act is going to give power to the county to have superintendents being elected, to have city mayors being elected, to have town chiefs and other officials of government who are in the local government structure to be elected. They will also have the opportunity to set up what you call the County Legislative Assembly. And the aim of this has been it will fast track development in the rural counties. Counties will be held responsible to run their own budget programs, though they will receive money from the central government, but they will have the opportunity to run their own budget, pass their own budget, do their own city laws or their own county laws, and put into place proper mechanism that will run the activities in that county or in those counties. You being in the United States of America, you have seen some similar structure across the United States. What do you think this kind of program is going to be when it comes to making it effective? What development does you think it will bring, the negative and positive about this kind of decentralization of the government? Looking at the financial component, because electing chiefs, electing superintendents, other people will put up a very huge financial burden onto the government also, but also it will fast track development. So what's your analysis being based in the United States of America? What do you see as a way forward, and what's your advice and the earnest opinion? And do you think the Senate should be able to work on it faster?
The first thing we should be able to look at is the bill has spent 2 years in the House, and we've been having vibrant men and women in the Senate, and so other people have seen this bill as a bill to reduce their power, because if this bill having to pass, the president will definitely approve it, the president that I know, and at the end result, it brings a lot of development to our country, to our county. But I am saying it will not be out of the county that will really have development. It will not be out of the county. the reason is that's bring up back why the so-called bond rich should not be given, a macro inch of becoming a county on their own. But let's look at those that have already counted on their own. If you were to establish a local government structure, you will see that local government structure will be able to also generate and also execute projects. Now, for God in heaven's sake, what would Bapolu, places like Bapolu at this point generate? Mineral resources? Then that means it don't only lies with you now as a county. The federal, the central government, will have to play a major role. Now look at places like Sano. Are you only talking about the port? Or Maryland, only the port? That is not developed. So what we need to do, the first thing first is that having this law is a good thing. But then let us also look at some of the counties that are currently existing. Some of those smaller counties, Riverside. So we need to look at all of these things and be able to determine whether, because that in itself will be a huge burden on the central government. Election, Emmanuel, election is not a joke. We saw in other places. In our country, for you to become a senator, people say, you know what? Become a superintendent. When you are a superintendent and you have a underlying factor or a underlying, ideas in becoming a senator, we have seen most of them that are senators today, they were in a local government.
They were superintendents.
Okay?
And they were superintendents, they were CEOs.
They were development superintendent and all kinds of stuff.
County education officer, they use all the offices.
So then Liberia, then that means we ourselves. Because if everyone that will work in a local government structure will be given an elected office, then that means something is wrong somewhere. People need to remain where they are in order for the country to move or for the county to move forward.
Okay, so but looking at the development aspect, how fast it will fast track development. According to this act, it's not going to be the local government. Will not be waiting on the central government to come and live and pave roads, into their counties.
Emmanuel, we have been having more counties have been created. What have been the development? The Southeast had more counties. What have been the development from the Southeast? You have the same amount of senators that Moserado had. The same has Nima and Lofa. Yet we understand in terms of population, you are also, where to be compared to Lofa and Nima. But yet you said because you are county, they should be able to give you county development fund. So let us look at what have happened to the county development fund that these guys have been sanfooing. If you were to go to some of these counties, you don't even see the trickle-down effects on our people. So creating, this is just another means of, creating job, I may say. This is a clear way of creating another job for the people, for them to be a complete burden.
But Senator Yala does not support this bill. Henry Yala does not support this bill. He's totally against it. And the more funny thing about it is that he's the one now campaigning for the division of Bonkane that will create more jobs when it comes to county development. County development.
That's what I told you, that the issues of developing or having Born-Rich County is not administrative. It's political. And, since we raised the debate the last time, they have added administrative to their debate now on Facebook. You can clearly understand that Henry Yala is a complete sycophant.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Yala is not in the interest of our people. And so, like I said, Henry Yala, while support Born-Rich, then that is a complete contradiction. That shows that our argument has been validated by them. That your reason of dividing Bon County is not administrative, it's political. And so on that basis, we cannot say, oh yes indeed, you should be a county. A county should not be created on a political reason.
Mm-hmm.
A county is created on an administrative reason. And some of those reasons is local government structure. In making sure, that was the reason why you saw Bapolu, distance themselves from Lofa.
So let's look at this issue when it comes to the power, the power of reduction it will has on the legislature. Some lawmakers are not in favor of it because they have the perception that if this bill is passed, we will not have the authority anymore to decide the funding in the county. We will not have the authority anymore to decide where project goes and where project shouldn't go. Instead of then focusing on their work to do their oversight responsibilities, to do their proper representation and lawmaking, they are more into county development, funds. They won't go there to go develop, So, from my point, I believe that if this bill is granted, the good thing about it is that, one, you will decide what you want to do in your county. So central government will not have to be there to beat you up. So there will be competition in the rural counties. So if Nimba is speedily developing a county and Bon County is watching and moving slow, then you notice that that laissez-faire attitude is coming from you, and your leadership should be here responsible. If other issues are raised up, their power when it comes to the social development fund will reduce, especially the guys from the legislature. So these are some of the benefits that you will have. You decide your own projects, your own school, your own development speed, your own agenda. So we believe that if this bill is granted, there will be a means where you can move forward on a lot of things. But quickly, I want us to run into the issue at the Ministry of Finance. So there was a whistleblower who spoke yesterday with the press, and he was explaining that there are some employees who work at the Ministry of Finance, who, especially in the debt department, who are engaged with corruption attitude. So in 2017, the then Justice Minister Frederick Cheru set up a committee to investigate into this matter, to know what was wrong, and it was discovered that there are a lot of money being paid out of the system that end up into the pockets of these employees, people who are employed. And the corruption issue is still like to say it is not only officials of government who are appointed, but there are people who are enshrined into the public sector through employment status. who work as employees, who are sometimes the backdrop of the corruption issues. For example, this issue about the Ministry of Finance, you see that it is employee attitude, but you see the news, and you see Samuel Toe, and on the front page. So, but we as citizens, we as civil servants, we always try to badmouth our officials. Look, the all officials not good, the other men not good, he's corrupt. But they gave you the opportunity to serve at a strategic point that's supposed to pay debt out, all of the, for to relieve the country from debts. And you are seated in that seat, carry on drastic corruption activities. You have been an individual who speak against some of these things. This is it. Employees forcefully involved into corruption activities. What's your point on that?
You see, Emmanuel, the issue that we are talking about, the issues of corruption is very much cardinal, and it helps strengthen every country in terms of development. Any country that is involved massively into corruption, you see that country will be underdeveloped. But my thing is, federal chair is to be blamed. You see, when you set up a committee and at the end result, the committee is not coming with the report that they're supposed to be coming with, at the end result, you see that people will start taking their job lightly. And so that brings me to the point where most of our comrades that are working in our country, they are not working in the interest of our people. Look, it is unbelievable that a country like Liberia will have a complete government funding learning into an individual pocket. And that is just to show how unserious our government, some of our government officials are. It shows how unprepared our government's employee, some of them are. And so for us, we believed that the issues is actually wrong for you to be able, for the country to develop. You see, the prof told me one time that for a man who run out of ideas, those men are definitely involved in a massive corruption. That's what I was told by my prof. That people who lack the developmental ideas, at the end result, they are diving into a massive corruption. And so, that is the reason why Liberia is the way it is. And we hope that every day that our brothers and sisters will be exposed, so we can be able to talk more and more on the issues of corruption.
And somebody was saying that the most terrible thing about it is that the corruption is from the root, from the sweeper at every government agency.
Emmanuel, corruption over the 12 years periods of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, corruption have been deeply rooted. The root have spread out. The cassava, when you plant the cassava, it don't just grow right one area. The roots spread out. So over the periods of 12 years that Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is supposed to be taken to fight corruption, corruptions were given sufficient fertilizer.
They were growing.
So corruptions were given fertilizer, like I said, and at the end result, it have gone in our homes. Liberia is a country where even you gave full money, corruption have grown to the extent that even a man giving full money to his wife, they are putting susu. That is how extent corruptions have grown into our society. To the extent that even when you violate the rule in traffic, when you violate traffic rule, corruptions have grown into to the level where even citizens are brave to stand in front of police officer and say, "Come here.
That's all.
Let's discuss the thing." That is how extent the citizens have getting braved. They have extended to the national legislature that are also to be making law in the interest of our people. Corruptions are also growing there to the extent that when people are appointed, when budgets go there for budget, when people go there for hearing, then they say, "Oh yes, indeed, we have a closed session." Oh, but you were elected by the vast majorities of the people, not in secret. So why are you discussing the interests of the people
In secret.
In secret?
Closed session.
That brings us to the clear understanding that corruption is not also at only the executive. Corruption, I am saying that Ambassador Weah came and he himself, he joined the society that we perceive and we are seeing very clear that are also, a part of the corruption processes.
But you are not that President. We are.
My brother, I just said
to
you that the national legislature, and you agree with me, and said you disagree, that the national legislature over the 12 years period, that corruption grew to certain extent to the level where even lawmakers are brave to ask people, to ask press to get out. To get out for them to discuss certain aspect of the budget.
How do we fight corruption like
now? At the end result, that 12 years was Senator Weah and Senator Joy Awatila was not part. Of course, we are not part of the 12 years. Of course, they were part of the 12 years.
We are not part of the 12
Emmanuel,
years.
stop saying these things because Ellen ruled our country for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
We had a national legislature. We are spent almost 3 years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
My brother, I am saying we was part of the 12 years. I am not saying we are spent completely 12 years in the national legislature. That's not what I'm saying.
Your argument is he spent 12 years with the government or
with the government? We are spent less than 12 years with the government.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He spent 1.5 years as peace ambassador.
My brother, I am saying with the government. Go and define where he spent it, where he did not spend it. I'm saying with the government. Now, look, the national legislature is to be the one, leading the way. Look, Emmanuel, in other countries, when the issues of corruption allegations come out, the national legislature automatically, without delay, they call you for you to come explain reason why.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the national legislature should be doing. But you know what our lawmakers are doing? Our lawmakers are making law in the interest of themselves. The executive should be seen as the head, not the national legislature. Someone will say, but I disagree with that theory that the national legislature should be seen as the head for the fact that they are the first branch of government. They have power that even the president don't have. They have the impeachment power. For any reason, these lawmakers can also come up with vote of no confidence. Any officials of government that our national legislature is to come and say, oh yes indeed, this is vote of no confidence. My brother, you will be removed the next day.
What do you?
Because they are a direct representations of the masses. So that means you are telling us, you are telling the chief executive that the Liberian people don't want you.
So do you think the lawmakers are some of the major problems in our society?
That's what I just said.
That make our country.
The citizens themselves, they are facilitators. The citizens themselves contribute. No, Liberia is a place where we are impatient. Corruptions have grown to the extent that in our society we are impatient. Let me just say this. In 2010, when I was returning from the People's Republic of China, Emmanuel, when I got at the Jomo Kenyatta Airport, in Kenya, I saw people huge. You know what happens in Kenya? In Kenya, they delay your flights so you can pay $15 to the government. That's what I experienced. They delay your flight so you can pay $15. And that $15 you are getting, the services you are getting is more than the 15. They give you hotel. So that you can sleep. That's the reason why when you fly with Kenyan Airways, when you go into Asia, you fly with them, you transit in Kenya. Now, in transiting in Kenya, what happened is people stand in line to pay $15 for their transiting visa. Because you cannot, because
and that visa
they give you 24 hours.
You're lodging everything.
They give you 24 hours. That visa is there. The airport will pay for your hotel. But you cannot leave the airport without getting the 24-hour visa. And so you don't want to stay 24 hours just at the airport. You want to get out. You want to go get some fresh air. So pay $15 now and sleep in one of the best hotels, or your hotel services, you lose it by just not being able to pay the $15. But what I'm trying to bring you to the idea that in our country, Liberia, if you go to Rabat International Airport, people are even impatient to stand in line and wait for their times. To the extent, look, corruptions are growing into our society, Emmanuel, to the extent students are brave to even come tell teacher after test. So what you say now? So, Prof, what happening? People facilitate and also contribute to the virus. We ourselves are contributing to it. Look, Emmanuel, look, if you were to go to the foreign ministry for passport, people are telling you to expedite the process.
To fast track.
To fast track it, you need to pay extra $50 more. Where is that money going? That money is going into the pocket of the man who is signing it. The man who is signing it. And do you know people go for interview for you to also get your passport? I just believe all that bureaucracy is just complete nonsense. Sorry to say. It's just a complete nonsense. One more interview that I need. Because my birth certificate explains it all. And the law says if you are not a citizen in our country, you must go to criminal court C for you to be able to declare that when you reach the age 18, you should go to criminal court C for you to be able to declare whether you are prepared to remain citizen of your motherland or you want to be citizen of your fatherland. Now, people go to foreign ministry. Imagine people standing in line. They are not even patient. They are quoting Ephraim. That my brabi there. Brabi can out talk small. Look, all our sector. Liberia is one of the places that corruptions have grown to the extent that even if you were to bring the weapon of mass destruction from North Korea, corruption will still survive.
Really?
That corruption will still survive because you must be willing to also go down into the homes. You must be willing to go into the home, because in sociology, my instructor also told me that a family, that the society start from homes. The upbringing, what we want to see in a society must also start from the home. Not only in the government offices or public offices. Corruptions also, we also need to also fight to go in the churches and the mosques. No, corruption, all the sectors in our society are directly or indirectly benefiting from corruption. So this thing, President Weah is not just the only one that will be able to only fight it.
Everybody has a fight.
But everybody need to join a president.
But before you fight corruption, or before we start fighting corruption, the taxi drivers will start overcharging people.
That's what I say. Every society.
Yeah, when the exact price.
The taxi drivers are charging you because we, the government, we, the people, we align them to do so.
But there are prices.
Let me say this.
There are lists of prices.
When I'm saying they are doing that, I come into that. Dare you, taxi driver, during Chancellor administration, let me just speak of that. Chancellor administration, they were clear on the issues. They tell you, they told the people at the time that from Vamuma to Iyadeo Junction are done. I know it. I get in your car. I will pay the $10. Because when you take me to the law, the police there to enforce the law. So the law, the price that will come from Ministry of Transport.
But that is still going on though.
Now, I come in. Right? But now what have happened? The taxi driver have getting another ideas. You know, corruption is the thing where when people go to bed, they bring new ideas how to dupe our people. So now the taxi driver say, before I even move, pay me. So they do the collections of the area that you have not carried me. I'm not even sure what are your taxi. You know, will even reach me to my destination.
They will stop the taxi.
But
they say pay first.
But they will take the money from you. If you can't pay, get out. Hey man, you're getting late.
You gotta pay.
But then the price of gasoline on the market. No, if price of gasoline is reduced, Emmanuel, like we come to the issues of corruption, like I said, I cannot in no way look at my Guka and take it to Liberia at this point. You know why? Because even down to the gas, our peoples are corrupt to the extent that they are not even bringing the rightful products that is to bid on the Liberian market. They are bringing fake goods that in itself is corruption. The gas, we should be having different grades of gas. But in our country, the last time I checked, we only have one grade. That one grade is not even good for some cars. But here you are selling it, you want to sell it to the same price of a gasoline in the state of Philadelphia. You know, in the state of Pennsylvania, I say. The police who are to be enforcing the law, they themselves, they are not taking pay on time. So let me go in the traffic. So the end result, if you were to look at the statistics, people are getting the police, the part of the police that are getting more attractive is the traffic police officer.
Yeah,
because a traffic police officer,
they can collect a lady
pull in my pocket.
In the pocket.
Pull in my pocket. The police officer brave to the civilians are brave to the extent, Emmanuel, they are even putting her in the policeman's pocket.
Yeah, but policeman requesting for it in the pocket.
Pull in my pocket. Pull it right there. Yeah, pull it on the side. That's how our society have been. Liberia was not like that. No, prior to the war, this person of us was much smaller. But Emmanuel, Liberia was not like that. But I don't know what made all like this.
Something wrong somewhere.
Liberia was not like this.
Something wrong somewhere.
Even the men, Liberian men, the way they behave in their homes to their wife, the way the wives, some of our sisters behave. My brother, since after this Chancellor War, everything have just changed. Everything, even our brothers are not even, the men are not behaving the way they should have been. Liberian men was one of the best men in West Africa at the time prior to the war. People were leaving their country to come to just date Liberian men, to get married to us.
Yeah.
But today, we are the worst. And that brings us to the next discussion.
So, you see, in 2013, I had the opportunity to give a short speech on integrity to the president of Liberia, then President Sirleaf, at the program organized by the President's Young Professional. And at this program, when I was speaking, and I just say integrity, integrity has to do something with, corruption. And I said, doing the right thing when nobody is looking at you. Meaning, if everyone in the Liberian society starts to do the right thing with nobody looking at you, you're sitting alone and you do the right thing, taxi driver driving, and you make sure the raffle prize that have been put out by the Ministry of Transport is being used. Our tax evasion process, there's no tax evasion. Companies are paying the raffle taxes they're supposed to pay to the port. Government officials are being sincere when it comes to the equal distribution of the wealth, making sure that everything you do has the rightful thing in place. Then we'll start fighting corruption. Until then, we should be able to face it for the rest of our lives as a country. It's not only in Liberia, it's across the African society. It's across the African society. It's just like Liberia is like open book.
I said the thing have grown.
Yes, they said like open book. So sometimes when I see people like, for me, I don't like to see people just putting it onto the government itself, but the entire society. And one of the best things we can do is, look, this generation already is corrupted. What do we do next? Start to school up the little ones that are coming up to be people of integrity, people of honesty. Or else they will be schooled up into the scene system. And if they go through the scene system, then that means automatically we will continue on the same path forever and ever. And so if you are monitoring us by Facebook, we'll ask you to start and send your calls in. We are here to pick up your calls. There's a caller calling. First, we missed our call because of our presentation. And you can call in. Give your view. Give your thoughts about corruption. Employees who were employed at the Ministry of Finance since 2017, there have been some discovery that these people are pocketing some money that's supposed to be paid out to institutions that the government owe. And so the Minister of Justice then Fetchy Cheru started a committee to investigate these people. And this is not going well. And somebody is saying that they need to investigate, they need to change the system, the software system, to make sure that that money process does not end up again in someone else's pocket.
Now, let me just say that while we are with our callers, Emmanuel, let me say that corruptions in our country, like I said, it have grown to the extent. Emmanuel, let us look at the issues of what you was just talking about when it comes to individuals going to work and the system. The first thing first, do we really have a system in all of the government ministries and agencies? Do we really have? I disagree. Someone will say, yeah, we do. For me, I disagree. We don't. Look at this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show. I'm
Yeah, good morning, Abby and Emmanuel. Good morning. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota. My name is Christopher Lottie Tobasi.
Quickly to the issues.
Yeah, speaking about corruption, why I don't understand why Ivory Coast is doing better and Liberia cannot do it. You know, because in Ivory Coast, if you're driving, if you reach to the gate and you pass the gate a little bit, when the Ivorian police officer blow his whistle, the gendarmerie, that is state police in Ivory Coast, they call it gendarme. If they blow their whistle and you pass a little bit and stop, they're not walking to you. You got to get down as a driver. You will get down and walk to them. And when you walk to them, they're not even talking to you about money business. They're asking for your documents for the car and all these things. All right? And I believe most of the reason is that they don't want to do certain things in front of the citizens so the citizens cannot say they corrupt. And if they do take money, they can get fired immediately if somebody report it. And the Ivorians are very serious about terminating people. In Ivory Coast, the population is so high that when you lose your job, you lose it for good. And nobody's going to hire you again, especially for corruption. The situation in Liberia, my dear brother, is like this. You pay a police officer $120. What can $120 do in the real world? What can it do at this time in Liberia for you and your family?
And that just for the month.
Yes.
It's not even for a week, though.
Even for the week. I'm talking about this is some people hourly wage in America. And you're giving it to somebody for a month. And the person get their family, their children living in it, everybody living with
but you think our government official and I know? You think they know?
I think then we get minister working at revenue and other places, then they're making $25,000 a month. Then you get senator making $15,000. Then you know, so without thinking correctly as human beings.
We are not.
They got and say we should not get mad. Even the we are government, the who government, police and soldiers and all these people need to be paid well. So that when they carry on corruption, we can terminate them, we can fire them immediately. And they will never get hired in any other institution. You know, so we can't sit down here and agree with everything the government doing. And you guys are doing the right thing. We got to expose this thing. We got to fight this corruption. It's a disease. Liberia is so polluted.
The thing grew 12 years only grow a joke.
Even 10-year-old and all corrupt because of the system. You talk about Brabi.
Thank you.
In land, they're playing corruption right in front of you.
Yeah. People discussing corruption issues.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief.
So we got problems. We got
serious one. Emmanuel, look, you know, you said something, and I agree that we need to start fighting it, you know, from down there. Look, it will interest you that you're sending money to someone. Look, you're sending money from the U.S. to someone in Liberia to do a piece of job for you. Now take this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? I have Chief Emmanuel and with me, Muse Abraham. Quickly to the issue.
This is Fred T. Sodon. I call from Des Moines, Iowa.
Fred, how you doing, Chief?
I'm doing okay.
Quickly, the TN now grow. Ellen King is a vampire. Corruption number one. You think this government can really try her best to fight the thing? The thing that Ellen that have grown 12 years.
The first thing is that the government has failed to identify the real problem. The first thing the government need to do, we talk about corruption, was vampire when the government came to show us a committee for and shut down most of the activity, revenue, collect money and send it to the bank, do a complete audit of the system. But they came and let the system and add another people to the system. So how are you going to identify the problem? So most of the things we're talking about in the corruption starts with the mind. But the young people right now going to government, their entire mentality is how to buy the car, how to pay houses, and how to do all the other stuff. So when you carry that kind of mentality that, oh yeah, in 2-3 years time, I want to be that this man, I want to get this one, at the end of the day, you're going to find out that you're going with the mentality of corruption. So the first thing is that.
So what can we do differently what do you think this government can do differently? From Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
The president has already started.
The first thing is we have to make the justice system effective, and the auditing committee is supposed to be effective. Like this, for example, you've been living all your life, and you just get into the government from nowhere. You've been renting 1 or 2 rooms, you become director somewhere. The next thing we see is you're driving a car that costs 25 to 30,000, and you're building a house, and you're doing this one. The first thing is that the NSA, what the people then call the Secret Service and all the people you hear about in America, they start following you. The NSA is supposed to start following you to know where you're getting all the money from, all the things that they have. That's why they got professional people in the NSA.
That will come to what we call the declarations of asset.
Yeah, so if
asset declaration.
People start following you legally, they start auditing you, and they make sure. And when people carry the protocol, you'll be prosecuted. One thing you talk about taxi driver, what I want to mention is if the Ministry of Transport gave prices to taxi driver, and then the government go and start collecting money from the BB institution that sell gasoline on the market.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you see somebody on the main call and say, man, he's selling gas for almost 500 gas stations, selling it for $4, some $4 US. So how do you expect the taxi driver to go by the government prices and then to make money?
Normally gas prices are out.
But let me tell you, corruption is all over in Liberia. If it starts from the church, it goes to the house.
I said you can see corruption walking on Broad Street.
Look, can you imagine under any administration, can you imagine a government official will corrupt and they behind them to recuse themselves and to go to court and other things, then the church honor the president father of the year? How can you corrupt and the church honor you father of the year when the people say you steal government money?
You make every smoke over there.
So the government, the corruption starts from the church, it enter the house, it go to the school, it go in the street, it enter the video club. Everywhere in Liberia,
you enter Broad Street. But thank you, Chief.
Everywhere in Liberia, yeah.
Thank you,
There's
Fred.
corruption, so it's not easy.
Emmanuel, do you think this government is serious in fighting corruption?
This government.
I know that corruption. I know that corruption is not just only with the government official. I know Judge Manenwia came and he get himself into the system because government work, he get himself into the system. Do you really think this government will do something?
The government is committed to fighting corruption. Very committed.
Let's take this call from Australia. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Good evening, this is Sam, man, from Australia.
Oh, Sam, how you doing, Chief?
Not bad, my brother. Everything is good, man. You guys just touched the problem. That's Liberia problem. I will tell you this, Evie.
Tell me, Chief.
When you put on shoes and you go in your house with a stranger, and the stranger see you taking off your shoes in front of your door to leave it, and then walk on your rug or on your carpet with your bare feet, you don't need to tell the stranger you will take off his shoes.
No.
Reason why I say this is the father of the house take all the responsibility, regardless of what happened in the home.
I agree.
Because if you don't put your home in order, your home is not going to be in order.
Sometimes the Oma can also spend
what you mean the father of the
more time. The Oma can spend more time with the children than the papel.
What you mean the father of the home?
Yeah, boss. One thing you need to listen.
I know you are speaking. I know how you speaking. I know.
As a man, you are the head of the home.
Okay. Yeah, we agree.
You make the rules.
Okay.
The mother helps to enforce the rules. That's how it works. Even you, the man, if you don't make the rules, the mother will not follow. The mother follow you, and the kids follow the mother. So if you're not making the rules, the kids, how is the mother going to follow you to encourage the kids to follow you? The reason why I say this is
you're right.
Liberia number one problem is the government.
Okay.
Liberia number two problem, we are not honest to ourselves.
Okay.
Liberia, we are the most dishonest people. Sincerely, I'm being sincere with you. You do any interaction with Liberia, man, the first thing they look at what they can get out of you. They don't look at what they can do for you. That's our mentality. That's the reason why when you do business with Ghana, man, there's a little bit of or someone else, a different national, there's a little bit, even though they are not fair as well, but there's a little bit of fairness in it compared to when you do business or you do something with the government. The reason why I say this, this is the reason why I got a problem with the declaration of assets people say in July. It doesn't make sense. How can you put the man into office for 6 months or 5 months or 3 months, even 2 days, and then you tell him to declare asset? Why if I went into office, I made $1,000, I take it and put it in my pocket? I tell you tomorrow I'm part of what I came with. You can't judge me on it. You don't have a proof. So, number one, the government is not honest to herself. This is the reason why we say the government need to come up with systems. These are some of the reasons why the government is not earning money. I bet you, my brother, the money the government is losing due to lack of proper system is more than what they are earning. Like the puts, the various puts of interest, like the business people. You think why the customer will go to business and pay $100, he's not registered, he doesn't have proper documentation. It's because the government don't care. So the minister see that the $50 million king, he got $25 million, so he don't care about the rest. Not knowing the government is losing $100 million out there, he's only looking at the $25 million he got.
Thank you.
The honesty come in. So this is why we're saying the government should come up with a proper system, and the government should be honest to themselves. And my brother, trust me, if you find Judge, we have come up on the media today and say petrol price this amount, and the transport minister come out and say this, and they themselves stick to it. You don't find police officers going to Leonie Mesto to put them under pressure to take money off them illegally that are going to make them to do something else on the price, because every cent they add up, it got effect on the market. Now,
thank you.
You realize that people will start doing the right thing. But it's like you are saying, my brother,
quickly,
the thing have grown to the I think it has even overgrown. You say grown, it has overgrown, my brother.
Thank you.
It has overgrown.
Thank you, boss.
And when you leave from here, you go there, you try to tell them, they say this is Liberia, that what they can tell you.
Yeah.
And the first thing they'll tell you, that Liberia or that thing, you shouldn't bring it here. And before I got there, they did a one short story. There was a guy that got run over by a bike. I was working to my area, and the guy that riding the bike started bleeding from the nose. So I administered first aid, and then the bleeding stopped. So the police officer came. So I told him, I said, you know what? I know you guys got to do your job, but can you guys please find a way that this guy can go to the hospital to get proper treatment because he was bleeding? You know what the other guys told me? I may have take the bike to the station first. The first thing I started hearing from the people today Saturday was the men won't pay their susu. They won't pay their club. You will not believe it, EB. They left that guy bleeding. They took the bike to the station, no witness, nothing. I did not ask questions. Then they're asking the guy to walk. Are you serious? Only because the guy will pay before he free the bikes.
Thank you, Chief.
Before he free the bike from there. So on our pay, it's too many, that the whole country need overhauling, man.
Yeah.
Like Emmanuel said, we really need to start from the classroom now because the generation is already done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Emmanuel, that brings me to the issues where I intend to for us to talk about this corruption thing. Is not, we know Josh Manuel we need to fight it, but he need to just show the way. He need to show the way, and by showing the way, look, one of the best things, whether by law, Emmanuel or not, one of the best things that the president could have done was to, declare his asset. Forget about the law. Not forget about the law, but come into office, declare. You know what other people now start doing now? You've been seeing Nathaniel McGill. Other people. Compare 7,000, because if you say that yes indeed, 7,000, no government official should make 7,000 and above. Let me agree that Nathaniel McGill is making 7,000. And you buying a house for 200,000. That takes Nathaniel McGill for more than 5 years. More than 5 years, meaning that when he getting the 7,000, he just carry straight. So Nathaniel McGill can't eat, he injured. Nathaniel McGill, that he can just, he cannot need gas. No, it sounds funny. Now we agree that they may taking the loan. What guarantee? No, it really is something that.
We'll speak to that.
Okola, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
My name is Ambi. I'm calling from PVD, Massachusetts.
Quickly, Chief.
How you doing, bro?
Nabao, Chief Emmanuel here, and I'm Unze Abraham.
I'm you, my man. You're thank you for I really appreciate bringing stuff on what's going on in our country. That's a very good thing. Plus, at least you get Emmanuel there to speak for the government, so they can say that men are unity party men, so everything is there against the government. That's a good mix.
Yeah.
Where Emmanuel then be there fighting for Ponkan, they hold the mean by one for divide Ponkan, they didn't join how they don't not be vice president in case close.
Yeah, Lojan Mabia.
Yeah, Mamia.
But man,
We're coming to Nima.
so we're not divide Nima out question the men know we resist there one time, so that you only argument nobody will put dogging on the floor, but you even been dogging on the floor for it.
The dog may come in there.
No, but being on the floor does not mean that I will pass.
The post solicit
There are
the same
some
We
data.
even count the floor before.
There are some bills that have been in committee room since the 52nd National Legislature. But thank you, my brother.
The man walking the Sunday, I think he gets something to say.
Yeah, quickly, Mamia.
Yeah, so gentlemen, you guys have made a very good show. My late contribution to the program this morning is this. I believe at this time Liberia is at a crossroad. And there are certain things that we need to do in the country for us to succeed. You know, I listen to people when you try to be critical of the WIA administration. A lot of people will say, oh, you guys want the government to fail, you guys want this to do that. First of all, if we want that government to fail, some of us weren't going to get on plane, go to Liberia and grace just WIA inauguration. We didn't have to do it. Because anybody, if you want government to fail, like I always tell people, WIA might probably be the president of Liberia for the next 12 years. So if you want George Weah to fail, imagine 12 years of your own life being wasted, number one. Number two, 12 years of your people living in abject poverty. So it doesn't make sense at all when somebody say you guys against the government, you want the government to fail. Let's just get that across in the first place. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm not surprised if the WIA administration miserably failed. Because the first thing is they came to power without a plan. But let's do first thing first. Let's try. I will be surprised if they perform. And the only way the WIA administration can perform, except you go out there and take the best and the brightest Liberians. And these people are out there and forget about partisan politics. That's the only way they will succeed. Or else, let me tell you one thing, take it from me today. Today is May 3rd. Or else, the WIA administration is not only setting itself up for failure, it's also setting the next administration up for massive failure. That's what they are doing. Because the next administration will inherit a whole populated payroll that they cannot handle. They will go straight into downsizing and right-sizing, which could be problem again, because if somebody was getting a daily bread from government payroll and you just come in and you downsize a whole bunch of people the hell in there, it will be a problem. The people in the George Weah administration now lack so much vision. They lack so much vision that it is just unspeakable. The first thing you come to power and the only thing you can do by revenue stream is to reduce people's salary, and you think that the best thing you can do is not sustainable. Because you reduce people's salary this year, how many $1 million you will save? Only God knows what you will use it for. And how can you finance that? We're running a $500 million. The finance minister has already hinted a budget shortfall. So what are you going to do? I'm thinking that these people are going to come to power with sufficient vision, increase the stream of revenue, so we have revenue.
Because this is what they have been crying for 12 years. They wanted to be president. They want to govern. But we're looking at the process now. Completely different.
At some point, Emmanuel Flomo, I did not think, I was like, well, anybody win this election, so help me God. They are going to get out there because it was no longer a secret that one thing that was lacking in government is at the end of it, people were lacking vision. So we started having budget shortfall here and there. Obviously, we needed a change with the team at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Why every Liberian lack vision? So when will we start thinking that we need extra stream of revenue? Maybe we should further expand the port of Liberia.
When you have the national budget, 1.5 have been allocated for agriculture, then you say you zero. 65% of the total budget is allocated for salary, for personnel salaries and stuff. Then you say you zero.
And that is even going to be worse because we continue to pay the payroll.
Personnel salary has always been high since 2005.
But 1.5
since 2005, personnel salary has always been high.
I totally agree. That is what we have problem in the last budget. In the last government, we're running a $500 million budget, and over $300 million were going to salary. That is true. And that was the problem. Everybody campaign, oh, we're having wasteful spending. And how can the WIA administration fix it? The way the WIA administration is trying to fix the wasteful spending is to bring more people to the payroll. If, God forbid, you double the payroll, even though we're running a $500 million budget, but you will be spending $600 million, about $600 million. Maybe you will not reach that far, but I understand that you want to provide jobs for your partisans, which they are all Liberians. They have the right to do. But if you don't do it the right way, that country is going to run into trouble, and we will all just be sitting there and be saying, "What the hell just went wrong?"
Thank you, Mabia. We have tons of color. Thank you for your
let other color take the line, but you're getting at the back of your minds today.
Take time and come to the studio.
We are not against the WIA administration.
Take time and come to the studio to come express yourself.
I just wanted to tell you I need to come to the studio. If I don't come to the studio this month, I will come to the studio next month. You can take that from me. So that one is not anything. So you guys who support the WIA administration, you tell that man. Okay. Let me get away from politics right now.
You've been having issues
with the best and the brightest Liberian.
Thank you.
Go for the best and brightest Liberian for that country to succeed.
Come saying like bro.
There's no other way to do it.
To that ARA.
Thank you, Chief. Look at this one. This call out been on the land for so long.
We need to send Lodges Mabia to ARA soon.
You think so?
Yeah, we all in over there.
Okay. Ukola, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Good morning, sir. My name is Vanning Seko, calling from New York City.
Yeah, Chief.
Yes, sir.
The thing now grow to the extent that in the churches.
But it is time from the church before going to government. It is time from the.
In fact, it's not only in the church, in the root of every institution.
School and all, I think, you
know, like you were saying. Women getting full money, paying susu, all of full money, all of those things. The face is rotting from the head. It's totally rotting. And people like you guys that exposing these things, you know, we really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Chief.
And we hope that you guys shouldn't get tired. I need a few people that believe there will be a change. We gotta hold on together. We gotta keep talking. No matter what they may not like it.
I am optimistic that very much optimistic that President WIA will make some difference when it comes to issuing.
Yes, I believe that too. But
despite I am not a seditions, and despite I don't believe in the CDC theory, you know, but I am very much hopeful that Liberia will be better.
But even you are now a sedition, I know, like you said about. Brother, if some of you guys are given the opportunity, because people will start to make recommendations. If some of you guys are given the opportunity to help us, you will not relent. Go and help us. We need help. Our country needs help. We need people that will expose these people. We need people that will stand to them and tell them, say, this is wrong. We got to make it right. Because that is the main problem in life. Because we need a task force on corruption, a real vigorous task force that will be willing to help the people, not only to go and take what belongs to the people for themselves. Because most of the officials in government, when you set on task force, they bypass the task force, they go and bribe the guys, and they take the bribe and forget about what they're supposed to be doing. And that's what is messing up the country. It has leave from government, it has gotten into the private sector, in the churches, in the malls, like you say, in every sector of our society. Even like you were saying, some of you in America here, you try to do a little business with your brother back home. The moment the money gets there, they're first thinking of how much they're going to get for themselves. They're not thinking of the long term or what they're going to benefit. They're looking at the immediate return, what they're going to get. You know, somebody taking you send $2,000-$3,000 before the man go to the bank and reach home, telling you, say, oh, when I go to the bank and this and that, what have you, before you look, $500 gone. No accountability. It's just crazy.
Thank you, Chief.
It's just crazy.
Thank you.
So we better commend you guys. You're doing a very great job.
Wow.
Continue your job, brother. Thank you.
Salute.
So we're talking about the next thing is the social media.
Yes, so we had issue about the social issues. We've been following a lot of stuff this morning on the social media, a lot of posts and
From yesterday.
sharing,
From yesterday.
sharing of
But
videos.
it went viral this morning.
Yes. You talk about to speak about it this morning on how I mean it bowed down to integrity. Corruption does not only mean money.
No, corruption does not, and that's where I am coming.
Yeah.
You see, like I was saying, even the Liberian men and our sisters, since after 1990 war, since after the last war, 2003, we were not like this. I don't really know what made us like this.
The war, the issue of the war.
Look,
think so.
Liberian men, like I said, Liberian men, we were one of the best men in West Africa. You will not believe it that when we went to China, we were about 5 students. You have only 1 female. Out of the 5 male, 4 male, my brother, we were the talk of the town. We were one of the best. Liberia, our brothers and sisters, look, go on social media. Just sit down today. Take a survey. You see our sisters naked themselves. They naked themselves in the name of social media. They dancing. You will see Ghanaian doing it. You will see Nigerian doing it. Look at the other fool who claim just running around this place.
I don't know how they call him.
Ronaldinho.
And so we're gonna
Patrick Wule. You go and have sex, and you have it recorded, and not even unknown to the females. As we speak, about 16 of those clips have just landed in my bars.
Damn it.
The total of 20 clips
From the same man.
from the same man and with different girls. And the more bizarre and frustrating part of it, the man is having unprotected sex with different females. Imagine something might have been gone wrong. No, I don't want for us. No, you said that you wanted, but I wanted for us to talk about it. Something gone wrong somewhere. Emmanuel, even if I am kissing, you talk about taking my picture while I'm kissing to have a record, it's a problem. Then moreover, you talk about recording me in the process of sex. Emmanuel, I think, I think our men and our brothers, we almost condemned. Look, I regret the situation. And I don't feel sorry for the girls. Emmanuel, I don't feel sorry for the girls at all. Emmanuel, where in your sensible mind?
The minds are corrupted, that thing.
Why in your sensible mind that a man will be having sex with you, and then he say, "What in that? You like it in there?" And don't kind of fungus statement.
They're going to whip it again.
Then the man doing that, he asking, then he insulting you over it.
Yes.
He say, "Look at the rule pelege."
That's humiliating.
You know, moreover, why must we reduce ourselves to such, especially social media, Emmanuel? I am totally look. That guy should never play for our national team. The man is morally corrupt. Morally, that man is bankrupt. That man needs a total cleansing. He needs a detailing. No, it's not fun. It needs complete detailing. Not only his physical appearance, but his mind. His mind, that brother need to go for a complete 40-day, 40-night counseling. Amen.
But do you think they want really sharing the kind of videos? 20
clips? Look, what is the essence? What is the essence of... You want to tell us that you can have sex? Men by nature, by us seeing it for the fact that you may, we know that you're supposed to have sex. We know that woman, you're supposed to have sex. The thing is not inherent. God gave all our right for us to do what we want to do. But God did not say humiliate your friend man, your mankind. But you know, this is just a clear manifestation that the Bible, the word of God must come to pass. That in the last days you will see all kinds of things happening. That in the last days the Quran speak of it and the Bible talk of it. That in the last days you will see men carry on all kinds of homosexual activities.
We're in the last days now. I think we need prayers. I mean
so I am shocked that this man not only has that this man, you see, sorry to say, I'm not saying this to humiliate people who are not educated.
I see you being angry this morning.
You know, I'm not saying this for people who, but moreover, that's what education pays. From Patrick Rare articulations, even sex making, you can tell that that brother is not well schooled. You can tell that people, look, Emmanuel, when you eat junk food, you behave like a junk. I am hurt. I am seriously hurt by what I have been seeing. That you will have sex, that a female will allow you for you to have fun time. Then you recall. So what you want? This brother have 20 clips. Patrick clips are 20. 16 of it just landed in my inbox. From last night to present, I have received a total of 16. The bottom 4 will be on their way. So, and the thing about it is that people, I don't want for someone to call here and say, oh, even people that make rather movies, you know, they are educated. Yes, but these people are certificated porn stars. There are lessons. These people pay tax. Is Patrick Wula doing the same? So have you changed his career from a soccer star to a porn star? But not only with one. No, the more deadly thing is, think about a man having 20 different sex with 20 different individuals, Emmanuel, but unprotected.
It's terrible.
That speaks how insane that person might have become.
Terrible.
How sure are us that Patrick does not even carry the virus? What can we, even some of the individual, the Hawaii girl, She from right here, Pennsylvania. Hawa Zion from right here, PA, Philadelphia. But I think you've been crazy. This is not Ghana where you take your mother name or you take your. Well, this is not. Liberia is not noted for. Liberian men are not noted for those kind of things. Friendly speaking, Liberian men and our sister, they are decent people. Mm-hmm. There are still some decent Liberian women.
Respectful people
still exist in our society. There are still some decent Liberian women that still exist in our society.
I think this platform wants to condemn that act to the highest and highest degree. That even that patriarch should be expelled from the Liberian national team. It is very shameful and disgraceful to have him being still a member of the team. That has issue to do with integrity, because tomorrow the team will be traveling to a country, and when he's on that team, and when the people hear that this man from this country, he's on the team and he has SYC video, and people will be afraid that they will say, "But let me recall our
few countries." Let me name few countries that man cannot enter. Right now, has to speak. There are few countries in the world will reject him. That man cannot they enter has to speak Jordan. There is no way Patrick Blair with the latest clips, that 20 good clips that are Jordan will not allow him to enter. Saudi Arabia will not allow that man. Mind, his mind is corrupt. Like I said, and you just buttress me, Patrick Blair needs to be expelled from the national team. Mm-hmm. That man needs to be seriously expelled. The fun part of it, let us take this thing seriously. Let us take drastic. Let us make him to understand that decent people don't behave in that manner. Mm-hmm. Like I said, what he said to benefit to recall all these girls? Does he want to prove to us that he can really have sex? He's not even a good one. He's not even a good sex maker. From the clips that I've been seeing, the brother is not.
So we want to condemn that. We want to use this platform to condemn that act. It is devilish, and I think it is against the protection of our girls and women, especially recording them to expose them to society, which is very terrible. And so we want to use this opinion to condemn, this platform to condemn the act of Patrick Blair, and hereby call on his expulsion from the national team.
I am going to write. You think it's just only this one we're just doing this morning? I am going to write. You know how close the vice president for operation in Marseille is, Smith.
It needs to be expelled.
You know how close Smith and myself have come. We have come a long way, and he is currently the vice president for operation for the Liberian Football Association. I am going to write him a comprehensive letter, and I will also season a front page Africa on the issue for the brother to be expelled from our national team. Let him go wherever.
So let it be known that the Abraka talk show is calling for the expulsion of Patrick Blair from the Liberian national team. There are still young players who are in Liberia who are very
Look
good.
at our under 20.
Yes, they are very good. They really performed this tournament. And the under 20, the performance was great. These people can fit into the shoe. into that role to extend and help the national team. I think Patrick
Let's take this caller.
Yes, let's take that last caller.
Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abraka Talk Show.
Yeah, AB, this is me, Sam, man. That thing you just talked about, we all grew up in Looking Town. And these are some of the people when someone that never owned a bicycle and you get an airplane and making crazy. These are the kind of people that don't plan about the future. I beg you, my brother, if there's a petition that we need to sign,
Oh, we lost that
I
caller.
think trying to see if there's petition that will need to sign to present him for your expulsion that should be done. But he'll be expelled. That's it's an issue. That's an issue. But
No, that is against. It's unethical. It's immoral.
I mean,
our society don't condone that. The Liberian society don't condone it. And yeah, he's calling back. Yeah, quickly, you are saying something.
Yeah. So if there's a way, there's a petition that we need to sign online. I know that kid we all grew up from Looking Camp. I know him very well. I know him very, very well. I know Slunty, all the people who all grew up in Looking Camp. Trust me, at Bowman's Bridge. If there's a petition we need to sign, please, that guy shouldn't wear the national jersey again. It is so humiliating. And I would like to send this message out there to those girls that are encouraging him. They should please stop it. It is embarrassing. This is disgraceful. This is not even ethical. It's not even. It is not even. I don't know how to describe it, man. I saw one of that clip. I thought it was a joke. I said
the brother made the brother have 20.
I see the girl coming in here called Tina Jomi. She said, "Do you guys think that boy would like to share his own video? You guys need to reason. Sometimes mistakes happen everywhere." Look, I think I see me. I don't respond to Tina quickly.
Yeah, sorry, man. The network keep cutting.
Yeah,
it's kind of embarrassing when you know someone personally, the way someone all knows you. To hear the kind of stuff, it really pains you more than anyone else. Yeah, it really pains you.
Thank you, Chief.
You. So Tina, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's possible that a former land in somebody's hand, and the person may be sharing the videos out. But as an international icon, a representation of a country, you should be aware, cognizant of the fact that to your protection, the image of the country matters. At a point where you will go and record 20, like you say.
20 clips.
20
different girls.
Keep it in your phone without deleting it, and keep it in your phone.
But Emmanuel, let us wait.
And I remember. I mean, what's the intent? You don't do that.
Tina is saying the phone may have landed in the wrong person's hand.
Don't do that.
Now we agree that it landed in the one. But what was the motive of recording 20?
Yeah.
There are some men that are listening to us. Have had sex with more than 20 people. Huh? So now we agree that you did. But what was the motive? What's the motive?
To keep it. But my point is, why you should keep it?
No, what's the motive of your recording? You operate a cinema? What you want to prove? Or does that really motivate you? Then why you can't just watch the Roller X? Since when you get the clip, there's still clips all around you can just download from your phone free. Those people who that you downloading, you're not even paying money.
I see you angry this morning.
For me,
like I said, give your concluding statement.
We are doing a letter. We are doing a letter with our letterheads. With the Abraka Talk Show letterhead. I don't really care what people say. What I'm gonna think. So no, I'm not thinking twice. This brother should be expelled, and I'm going to call Smith to let him know that he check his email that this man should be expelled. And it's good that Smith and myself have a very good relationship. We went to LU together, so it's a good thing to have some good friends that are in public sector that can make decisions on behalf of the country. So let's just take this last call out, and that will be our last one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Quickly.
Yeah, Avi and Emmanuel, this is Christopher again. Tina need to please cut it off. All right? If she's a female and then she want to justify or as to say this guy maybe a lander in, we should not be recording sex. It's a sacred thing. We should not record it. That's why we do it in a room. That's why when nobody there, you and your woman or your girl can do it and enjoy it. You should not be recording it. This Liberian guy is wrong. Patrick is a disgraceful human being, and he should be embarrassed of himself and his family and his parents. This is sad. It's a sad day in our community. Shame on Patrick and that girl. Disgraceful. Embarrassing.
So Tina don't
People will
support.
sit here, people treat our, people can embarrass Liberians.
Tina
Can I take that?
Tina don't support that kind of thing. It was wrong to record it.
We cannot take that in Emmanuel and AB. Thank you guys for stepping on it. We always speak out on it. What Patrick and they get it is shameful.
Thank you.
Disgraceful, embarrassing.
I said
The
20
Liberian
clips.
The point is not one that the
20 clips.
But David Junior.
With different girls.
And we'll make sure this guy will not play on Lone Star team or
I'm telling you,
anything. He will not do anything.
Look,
So we take about 3 more calls on this issue,
yeah,
and then
we'll take 3 more calls and then we'll wrap. Look,
up.
Emmanuel, we will do that letter and inform Smith. This man needs to be expelled. Let that man be expelled. Let's see how you will get contract. Go ahead quickly.
Good morning, Abraham, man.
Good morning, Chief.
Yeah. Wait, I just want to ask. A video that going around like the guy doing Riddle X with a Liberian girl on it. That's the video you guys talking about?
This is a guy who played the hair on the national team. He's a Patrick Willis. He play. They call him Ronaldinho.
He's a good player too.
He's a good player. He played in Asia.
Yeah, but Abraham,
Akami. You see nothing here. After the show, if you're myself friend, just friend me.
No, we're not sending to him.
No, but I will not even send it to you, but
I trust.
No,
I trust.
No, I will not send it to you. What I want to tell you is that the man, the first clip that was released, that was one Hawa Zion. That's not his wife.
Okay.
The first clip that was released, that Hawa Zion, she lived in Philadelphia. The second clip, that was his wife. The third clip, that his girlfriend. Another black girl, Liberian girl. The fourth one, another Liberian girl. Another Liberian girl, you know, he recorded it.
A beast now.
Yeah.
I am saying up to 16. You are only seeing one wife. His wife lying down on her back. You know, that one not your wife. Yeah, that one not your wife. How about the girlfriend? How was Zion and the girlfriend?
Goodness. I see somebody sent it to me last night. The girl saying like, don't put it on social media.
But at the end result, the man convinced.
See your face?
At the end result, the man convinced her, and she showed her face.
Yeah, to show her face. Oh my goodness. But you know what, Abraham? I don't know. If Liberian people, you know they can do anything. Probably they will like those kind of guys to be in that team.
No, Liberian people can do anything.
We don't
do that. They can do anything.
No, we don't do that. Our sisters are decent. Liberian women are decent. Some of them are decent.
I know my point.
Because those fools allow themselves to be recorded in that way, that does not mean that all the Liberian girls are like that. They still have some decent.
I agree with you.
They still have some decent Liberian girls, you know, that still, you know, listening and are still single and are doing the right.
No girl.
Yeah, I agree. Some of us now in favor of those kind of things. But listen to me, Abraham. All the negative thing in the world today, many of our Liberian people they support it. For one part, when you come to the war, they say, "He came my came my pa." Then we're not going to happy like
they want
we're not going to happy in Liberia. And
what happened to
Nago? Hey, die struggle.
When when the politics was going on,
when they were released from the post, in fact,
immediately.
Yeah, but some people are against it because some people are against it. Why they have to expel the men? Why they have to put the men secret outside?
Effective and immediately he was released
and he did
from
not enter government
and he never worked in government anymore until he died. Similar thing will be done to Patrick.
People were against it. And you come to, how they call it, they make one other music here again, like music.
Thank you, Chief.
You know, we call it on the expulsion of that guy. That's all.
The man need to be expelled from the national team. We're not only talking about suspension,
he does not have the character and the
morals is standing
to do that.
To wear our national pride.
Yeah.
To wear the country jersey with flair on it. A soccer star turn a porn artist. No, we can't allow you to wear our national team jersey and so on. And but for the next thing is, I feel sorry for our sisters I feel sorry for them, Emmanuel. And let me say this, don't allow no matter of love. No matter of love should have you being recorded, amen. No matter of love. You know what the reason why I don't go to public places? As people expect me, places that you expect me to go, I don't go there. These are some of the reasons. I don't want for someone to go take my picture drinking this, they go film it different. So that why I always escape.
Even to tell you,
public, even to take something, I'd rather do it in my office because you see pleasure. Pleasure. Don't say, oh yes, any satisfaction don't have to be done with in a public glare. I don't need to go to a nightclub before you know that I can dance. I don't need to go to a nightclub before I can enjoy myself.
Somebody say he will not be exposed because we do not like good people, we like bad people.
No. We like bad people, that's true. But we're not like kind of bad people. We have set example will really knock us on. When Edwin Suno and the rest of other people who were allegedly behind the Willie Knocker issue, Ben Lee, Willie Knocker never entered in government until he died. Until his death. And so with this one, we were a pattern will like show us. You know, other people can talk, but for some of us, you know our connections, and we know who we are well connected with. And we know that the Labyrinth Football Association, you know, they have good men. Look, this man will be expelled. Take it from me, take it to the bank and cash it. This man will be expelled. And we're writing the communication right after the show. We are writing it. And the vice president for the Labyrinth Association for operation will receive our communications, and we want the Labyrinth Association to come up with a press statement effectively and immediately. Let the men not participate in any of our soccer matches anywhere around the world. Let Patrick will go, let him carry on his dog. You know what? It's all right.
Just give your concluding statement. And
I want to be thankful to our viewers and everyone that have continued to comment. And the Abraka Talk Shows is noted for this kind of thing. We are noted to speak on facts. No matter how connected you are to us, once the raw thing is done, we will condemn it. As far as we can critique the president here, to let everyone know that, you know, once you do the wrong thing, you will be condemned. So let me say thank you to everyone. To everyone that continues to criticize us, let me say thank you to everyone who think that we are getting better, that the talk show is improving. We appreciate everyone. And so on that note, I want to say thank you to you, especially for adding you to the company. Have brought some level of transparency, have brought some level of credibility and some value to this talk show, because it is always good to have two different views on a platform of this kind. And so you've been here with me, and I've been here with you every morning. That just shows how tolerant and how sincere and how prepared we are, and we want to see the life of our people be improved. Thank you, and God bless the people. God bless our country, Liberia.
That is Mzee Ibrahim K. Kamara, the CEO and presenter of the Abraka Talk Show. We want to say thank you to all of our listeners. We want to say we'll be here tomorrow morning to give you some presentation. Tomorrow Saturday. Oh, okay, we'll be here Monday. The next time you see our faces will be on Monday. And beginning Monday, we will start to pick up your calls. And we will start to read your text messages from Facebook. And so that you can be able to have a full participation. We want to say thank you. Thank you for your texts. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your calls. We do highly appreciate you as a viewer of our program. The next time you see us will be on Monday. Thank you very much.